Hello everyone, this is Namanita. Now we are going to study the topic from human eye and colorful world. Right? So here we are going to study the dispersion of light. So we know already what is meant by dispersion. So we know simply the splitting of white light into different colors is called dispersion. So here different colors means Vibgya colors. So already in activity 3, we observed that the angle of deviation is minimum for red as compared to the angles of deviation of other colors and maximum for violet. Right? So here the angle of deviation is minimum for red and it is a maximum for violet. And we know the splitting of white light into different colors is called dispersion. Right? So in our previous discussion, we learned that for a particular refractive index of prism, there must be only one angle of minimum deviation. Right? And according to Fermat's principle, light ray always chooses the path of least time. Okay, so according to this Fermat principle, the light rays always choose the path of least time to travel. Right? And we learn that one of the particular refractive index of prism. Okay, and there will be only one angle of minimum deviation. And in activity 3, we notice that light has chosen different paths. So does this mean the refractive index of prism varies from color to color? Right? Yes. Here refractive index of the prism varies from color to color. So here, is the speed of light of each color different? So in vacuum, speed of each color is constant. Okay, so in vacuum, speed of each color is constant. But in medium, speed is different for different colors. Okay, so here, the situation we witnessed in activities 3 and 4 rule out a ray theory of light. So we can consider that white light is a collection of waves with different wavelengths. Okay, so white light is a collection of waves with a different wavelengths. So violet color is known to have the shortest wavelength while red is of the longest wavelength. Okay, so here according to wave theory, light can be thought of a wave propagating in all directions. Right? So light is an electromagnetic wave. Okay. Here we are seeing that light can be thought of a wave propagating in all direction. And we are saying that light is an electromagnetic wave. So here electromagnetic waves are waves that are created as a result of vibrations between an electric field and magnetic field. Okay? So here, no particle physically oscillates. Right? So here, no particle physically oscillates back and forth. Instead, the magnitude of electric and magnetic fields associated with the electromagnetic wave vary periodically at every point. Right? So here the vibrations between the electric field and a magnetic field. So these oscillating electric and magnetic fields propagate in all directions with the speed of light. Okay, so can you guess now why light splits into different colors when it passes through a prism? So here, due to dispersion of light and different wavelengths of colors in medium. Okay, due to dispersion of light and different wavelengths of colors in medium, light splits into different colors when it passes through a prism. Right? So here, the reason lies in the fact that while the speed of light is constant in vacuum for all colors, and it depends on the wavelength of light when it passes through a medium. We know that here the speed of the light is constant, right? In vacuum, for each color it is constant. But in medium, it is not the same. It depends on the wavelength of light when it passes through medium. So here we know that refractive index is a ratio of speeds in vacuum and in the medium. So here the refractive index of medium depends on wavelength of light. So when white light passes through a medium, right? So when white light passes through medium, each color select its least time path, and we have refraction of different colors to different extents. Okay, so here each color, right? So here each color selects its least time path. So here we have refraction of different colors to different extents. So this results in separation of colors, producing a spectrum on the wall and in the mirror, as we saw in activity 3 and 4. Right? So it has been experimentally found that refractive index decreases with an increase in wavelength. So if it is having more wavelength, then it is having less refractive index. If one is having less wavelength, then it is having more refractive index. So if we compare the wavelengths of 7 colors in WebGR, here red color has longest wavelength and violet color has shortest wavelength. So here the refractive index of red is low, hence it suffers low deviation. Because here the red color has longest wavelength, then it is have less refractive index. And violet color has shortest wavelength and is have refractive index is more. So it suffers more deviation. So here we notice that when white light passes through prism, it splits into 7 colors. Right? So let us assume that you have sent a single color ray through the prism. So does it splits into more colors? Why? So here we know that the frequency of light is a property of the source and it is equal to number of waves leaving the source per second. Right? So this cannot be changed by any medium. So hence frequency doesn't change due to refraction. Thus colored light passing through any transparent medium retains its color. Right? Here not only by through the prism, here the light, if it is passing through any transparent medium, it retains its colors. Here the frequency does not change due to refraction. Right? Here the frequency of light is a property of the source. And here it is, frequency is equal to number of waves leaving the source per second. Okay, so here this cannot be changed by any medium here. Here the light can choose any medium. Here the frequency doesn't change due to refraction. So here, while refraction occurs at the interface, right? So while the refraction occurs interface, the number of waves that are incident on the interface in a second must be equal to the number of waves passing through any point taken in another medium. Right? So here this means that the frequency of light waves remains unaltered while its wavelength changes depending on the medium through which it passes. So we know the relation between speed of wave, wavelength and frequency. So here speed of wave is v and wavelength is lambda and frequency is nu. So here we know that this speed of wave equals to wavelength into frequency. Okay. So here for refraction at any interface, v is proportional to lambda. Okay. So here speed of the wave increases with increase in wavelength of light. Okay. If the speed of the wave decreases, then the wavelength also decreases. So here always the speed is directly proportional to the wavelength. Right. So here can you give an example in nature where you observe colors as in activity 3? So yes, here in rainbow, it is a good example of dispersion of light. So when do you see a rainbow in the sky? Can we create a rainbow artificially? So here, due to the refraction, reflection and dispersion of sunlight, okay, due to refraction, reflection and dispersion of sunlight, when the sunlight passes through the raindrops, okay, when the sunlight passes through the raindrops, then we can see the rainbow in the sky. Okay, can we create a rainbow artificially? Yes, we can create a rainbow artificially. Just now we saw that when we pass a light, white light to the prism, we observe the rainbow colors here, right? So we can create a rainbow artificially. So look at here. One activity based on this. So now select a white colored wall on which the sun rays fall. Okay, so we have to select a white colored wall on which the sun rays fall. So stand in front of a wall in such a way that the sun rays fall on your back. Okay, now hold a tube through which water is flowing. Right. So here place your finger in the tube to obstruct the flow of water. Okay, so here water comes out through the small gaps between the tube and your finger like a fountain. So observe the changes on the wall while the water shower is maintained. So you can see colors on the wall here. Okay, so how is that you are able to see colors on the wall? So are the sun rays coming back to your eyes from the wall or from the water drops? So here, The beautiful colors of the rainbow are due to dispersion of the sunlight by millions of tiny water droplets. Right? So let us consider the case of an individual water drop here. So observe this figure 13 here. The rays of sunlight enter the drop. Okay, so these are the sunlight rays. Right? So these rays enter the drop near its top surface. Right? So here at this first refraction drop near its top surface. So here at this refraction, the white light is dispersed into its spectrum of colors. So violet being deviated the most and red the least. So here reaching the opposite side of the drop. So each color is reflected back. Okay, so each color here reflected back into the drop because of total internal reflection. Right, so here arriving at the surface of the drop, each color is again refracted into air. Right, so at the second refraction, the angle between red and violet rays further increases when compared to the angle between those at first refraction. Okay, so here the angle between the incoming and outgoing rays can be anything between 0 and about 42 degrees. So we observe bright rainbow when the angle between incoming and outgoing rays is near the maximum angle of 42 degrees. So here you can see diagrammatically it is shown in figure 13. Although each drop disperses a full spectrum of colors. Right? So an observer is in a position to see only a single color from any one drop depending upon its position. Okay, right. So here, if violet light from a single drop reaches the eye of an observer, you can see here in this figure. So red light from the same drop can't reach his eyes. Right? So here, you can observe the figure carefully here. The violet light reaching the person's eyes here, right? So here violet light from a single drop reaches the eye of an observer. Here red light from the same drop can't reach his eye. It goes elsewhere, possibly downwards of the eye of the observer. So to see red light, one must look at the drop higher in the sky, right? So the color red will be seen when the angle between a beam of sunlight and light sent back by a drop is 42 degrees. Right? So here the color violet is seen when the angle between a sunbeam and light sent back by drop is 40 degrees. So if you look at an angle between 40 and 42, you will observe the remaining colors Vibgya. Okay, so here, why does the light disperses by the raindrops appears as bow? So here, to find answer this question, we need a little geometric reasoning. So first of all, a rainbow is not the flat two-dimensional arc as it appears to us, right? So here the rainbow you see is actually a three-dimensional cone with the tip at your eye as shown in figure here. So all the drops that disperse the light towards you lie in the shape of the cone here. So a cone of different layers You can observe here different layers of this cone. So the drops that disperse red color to your eye are on the outermost layer of the cone. Right? So here. Similarly, the drops that disperse orange color to your eye are on the layers of the cone beneath the red color cone. So in this way, the cone responsible for yellow lies beneath orange and so on. Till the violet color cone becomes the innermost cone. So here the violet is the innermost cone here. Right? So here it is our common experience that the sky appears blue in color on a bright day. So why is the sky blue? So here a clear cloudless day. Here a clear cloudless daytime sky is blue because molecules in the air scatter blue light from the sun more than they scatter red light. Okay, so that's why here sky appears blue in color on bright dry day. So to understand this concept more, we have to learn what is a scattering. Okay.